Salutations, some buddies. Automatic here for Automatic Games. Thanks for joining me for Season 3, Episode 9 of our XCOM 2 series. In our previous installment, XCOM caught wind that Advent was using a train in South America around the city of Mendoza. They were using this train to deploy troops in the jungles, with which to quash resistance fighters. Bravo Squad touched down, and, after a very perilous mission, returned to the Avenger successful, albeit worse for wear. Now we're having a look at Brylight there in the Psi Lab, just continuing his PsyOps training. But we won't dwell on that too long. Let's turn our attention instead to the Geoscape. And we're receiving word of nearby life signs. That'll yield us intel. It's not too far away, so let's make that detour and initiate a scan. After all, we do need the intel.
These findings will likely prove crucial to our ongoing efforts, Commander.
And speaking of intelligence, that is just what Dr. Tigan afforded us with his decryption of an alien data cache. And in fact, we can do it again. We have another alien data pad on hand. So yeah, let's do that.
I'll see that work begins immediately, Commander.
In the interim,
report available.
We will again turn our attention to the Geoscape and continue with that scan. You see, we need this intel so we can make contact with the resistance cell in India. Oh good, the war suit has been finished. Good deal. And as a result, we can now delve into experimental powered weapons via the Proving Grounds, so let's head on down to the Proving Grounds. Get them started on yet another project. And you know, I do want some more Wraith suits on hand, but actually, I might just do this Icarus armor. Yeah.
We'll get started right away, Commander. I'll send word when the project is complete.
Not exactly certain who will wear it. I'm inclined to think that squad leaders will wear that, for lack of a better word, weird armor. But yeah, we want to make contact with this resistance cell in India, ultimately so we can get to Indonesia, where there is a black site awaiting our attention. Certainly we have collected intel from the jungles of South America, so yeah. Short of anything else that's pressing on the Geoscape, I think it's high time that we paid India a visit. Setting course.
Setting course for the Indian Regional Zone.
And you may recall we tried to do this before, but again, we just didn't have the intel to do it. Now we do. So let's initiate our scan.
The outcome of this research can only further our advances, Commander.
And
Await your orders,
we'll gladly
Commander.
take more intelligence. You know, next up, let's do our heavy machine gunners a favor.
Valuable applications stemming from this technology. I'll have a report assembled as soon as the research is complete.
Absolutely. It's about time their weapons were upgraded. And after that, I think we'll do the same for the snipers. Okay, we've got another chamber cleared out. We don't have anything planned to build. And the Icarus armor is complete. Again, I think we're going to give that to a squad leader. I don't know whether it should be Two Bears or Weasel. Kind of thinking Weasel. And then, honestly, we could outfit Two Bears with the Serpent suit. We just have to develop it first. So let's go ahead and do that.
Interesting choice. I'll send word as soon as we're finished, Commander.
All right. Yeah, I'm rather confident with that decision. putting squad leaders in those special armors. Certainly Seejay has already done so with the raid suit. Oh good, so Brightlight has taken another step in his training. And that step, of course, was domination. Next up, how about that Null Lance? It looks, yeah. It's either that or Soulfire or Silas. But I do think the Null Lance is just the ticket. We will continue our scan.
Priority message coming through, Commander. Putting it on screen now.
Put them on.
I had high hopes for the Resistance under your leadership, Commander, and you have outdone yourself.
See, we're not doing so bad. Yeah, but this all sucks. Yeah, it does. Their awareness could improve. They could build another facility faster. And they've got a hidden project underway. Anyways, here we are. Hari. Is that okay to say? You don't look Indian.
Signal's coming through clear.
I almost thought we were in the wrong place, but the coordinates seem accurate.
Located.
I mean, maybe the guy we were talking to looked Indian, but the other two, not at all. But who knows? There's a lot of displaced people, a lot of refugees out there. I mean, we're trying desperately to add story.
Communications capacity. We can't establish any new
Or to explain this crap away. So here we are in Indonesia. Now that's it's a little premature. We're not going after the black site. We don't know where it's at.
I am sure
First,
you will find the results to be as intriguing as I do, Commander.
Sweet. Got the beam cannon. Hell yeah, we'll take it. I think that everyone will appreciate that. We'll initiate the plasma lance.
I had assumed
Yeah,
you
but
would make
certainly-
that research a priority, Commander. I'll notify you as soon as the report is available.
Between Miles, Snugs, Manzer, and Blackwidow, they'll all be just tickled pink. And so too will Two Bears, because he just got himself some serpent armor, well rather the serpent suit. I guess that's telling us we have the capability to build serpent armor now, which is just an upgraded version. So let's see, next up, I don't know, would you blame me for going for the Wraith suit? I wouldn't. So we will. Nice to have an entire squad's worth of soldiers that could walk through walls. At least I guess that would be nice. I think it comes with a grappling hook too. So yeah, be an altogether fruitful endeavor, I believe. Well, Advent has had enough and they're retaliating against another resistance cell. This one, up there in the northwestern United States.
Western United States.
Okay, folks, let's head home and do some good. Don't mean to quote Elliot Ness there, but I did. Or Kevin Costner, anyhow. Charlie's squad is commanded, as always, by John Clayton, codenamed Seejay, taking in the rage suit, rocket launcher, plasma grenade, and dual battle axes. He is joined in the field by Gary Hillsdale, codenamed Bard, taking in the plasma grenade and battle scanner. Also by Dan Richards, codenamed Boot, taking in the Skulljack and the EMP bomb. Warren Silas, codenamed Mr. Vane, is wearing the Wraith suit he's taking along the Mimic Beacon. Thomas Trumpet, codenamed Titanium, taking the plasma grenade and several med kits. And finally, Troy Black, codenamed Blackwidow, is taking the war suit, blue screen rounds, and a frost bomb. He's also got a rocket launcher on that suit. There you have it, Charlie Squad for this mission. Charlie, you may board when ready.
Sky Ranger deployed.
We're in the pipe. 5x5.
Copy, Firebrand. Begin your approach.
One of our contacts in the Resistance says Advent peacekeepers have been spotted conducting a sweep near an outpost in this area. The aliens won't hesitate to kill anyone they find, so we're heading in to protect as many people as we can. Secure the camp and eliminate all hostile forces.
Though Charlie Squad is widely considered a loyalist squad, two of their members have decided to forego wearing their headgear, namely Mr. Vane and Boot, because frankly they just don't give a damn anymore. As you can see, the entire squad is decked out in woodland camo. In the last mission, Bravo Squad wore camo, but they ended up fighting in an urban environment, but judging from the picture, this camo is appropriate. Charlie Squad is boots on the ground. And it appears that our insertion was observed by these berserkers. Yeah, 3 berserkers watched us come in, but I'll have them know that squad leader Seejay is adorned in armor crafted from the flesh of the Berserker Queen. How does that sit with you, berserkers? Does that, give you pause? It should. And here comes Seejay utilizing the Rage Strike, which is good. And he's going to follow up with a swing of the axe, which damn near kills that berserker on the roof. That berserker is now on fire. Mr. Vane, taking a cue from his squad leader, is going to do likewise. He's going to come in for close quarters combat. Swing and a hit, and yet another berserker is ablaze. I don't know if Advent has a fire department, but if they do, they should get those boys on the horn.
Affirmative. Moving
Here
out.
comes Boot, using the tree as cover. He is going to employ Lightning Strike, taking a free pistol shot. And he strikes the same berserker that Mr. Vane slashed. He'll follow up with another attack. Yet it's not quite enough. That berserker is still standing, just barely though. And again, it's on fire.
I can handle that.
Dan Richards advances, and Boot is going to take a shot at that same berserker. And he puts it down.
You know that was good.
Titanium will move forward.
I'm on it.
He's going to take aim at the unscathed berserker, who is now, well, scathed. And a little ticked off. And finally, Blackwidow will join his brothers in arms. He's going to fire at that one that Seejay has engaged. Not an ideal start.
Oh, come on!
Nonetheless, that berserker is consumed by fire and collapses. As to the last berserker standing on the grid, well, his name doesn't seem very appropriate because he seems to be weighing out his options. Come on. Okay. Now, far behind that berserker, there is a gatekeeper. It's already massacring civilians. Finally, this berserker makes a move, and it determines to swing at and hit Mr. Vane, who is subsequently stunned. Well, Seejay is gonna chuck an axe that direction. And it's good. But again, it's just not quite enough. That Berserker's hanging on by a hair. Well, Blackwidow is certainly unsatisfied with his last attack. He's gonna go in and try that again at closer range. And Blackwidow is now satisfied.
Target eliminated.
So the immediate grid is clear. Bard is going to hold his position, but he'll be the only one doing so. The rest of the squad will advance.
Got it covered.
As to Titanium, he's going to drop down in advance.
Heading out.
And ultimately, he'll go into Overwatch.
Come get some.
Seejay will go into Overwatch. Stuff rattling in the night. What was that? It has to be the Gatekeeper. And it is.
Damn it!
And the aforementioned Gatekeeper continues to slaughter civilians. Meanwhile, Advent is taking their time with their turn. Certainly, Charlie's squad doesn't take this much time. Come on. Okay, Blackwidow will continue to proceed forward.
On your order.
He's going to go ahead and reload.
Rock and roll.
Let's see. Boot. Move up near Blackwidow and he'll go into Overwatch.
On Overwatch.
Titanium will do likewise, using this tree as cover.
On Overwatch.
And finally, Mr. Vane will move up on the right. I say finally, but actually,
Finally.
yes, Bard and Seejay still need to go. And here comes the Gatekeeper. This will trigger Overwatch on a few troops.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Titanium fires and misses.
Adjusting sights.
Boot does just the same. And the Gatekeeper is accompanied by 3 chrysalids. Delightful little buggers. Let's see, Mr. Vane is going to deploy the attention whore. Let's see, he'll go ahead and toss it behind this tree here. Yeah, that should suffice. Try to attract some attention.
I need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here.
And then Bard is going to take a shot at the Gatekeeper. And he hits.
That armor's tough.
Let's see, CJ will do a rocket launcher. Try to bust up this thing's armor a bit.
Launching.
That's a good deal. Did some damage to Chrysalid as well. So now it's on Advent. Again, they're slow to move, but yeah, they are moving towards the attention whore. Chrysalids are surrounding it, none of which attacked. It appears the Gatekeeper is going to.
Hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here.
The Mimic Beacon is still active.
I need to hide your kids, hide your wife.
And now the Mimic Beacon is silenced. Shield Bearer takes cover and, of course, is going to buff its allies. So certainly we want to take out that Shield Bearer. But you know, the way those Chrysalids and Gatekeeper are all grouped up, I mean, it presents an irresistible target to Blackwidow. So he's gonna deploy the frost bomb.
Frag out!
He almost has to. And so he does. Thereby fixing them in place. And briefly fixing the gatekeeper. Of course, it will break free a lot sooner than those chrysalids. Now, does Bart have an open shot at that shield bearer? He does, and he'll take it. And he scores a hit. So there goes the shield bearer's shields. So let's see. Want to move somebody in close. In fact, Seejay's our man for it. Actually, no, he doesn't want to do that. Perhaps he'll activate run and gun. See if he can use this half tree for cover. For some reason he can't. It doesn't show the shield. Nonetheless, he's never been too concerned over cover, so he'll just move up there, thus granting himself a better chance to hit this shield bearer. He opens fire. And Sayonara shield bearer. Same can be said for the shield buff for the chrysalids and gatekeeper.
I'm on it.
Now Titanium rushes up, gets a civilian out of harm's way, and he's got a plasma grenade. He's gonna do that. Not only damaging the gatekeeper shields, but doing a little damage to some chrysalids. Nice. As to Mr. Vane, well, he does not have a plasma grenade. Had he one, he'd throw it. He's gonna send that civilian back to safety. And actually, let's turn our attention over to Boot. He has the EMP bomb. And so let's see, out of curiosity, how the gatekeeper fares against this thing. Not so well. Not so well. Okay, so it does damage the gatekeeper. I don't know why it didn't a few missions back. Anyways, Mr. Vane opens fire on the gatekeeper as well. And that thing is barely active. It's got 1 health. Nonetheless, it has broken free from its hold, and it is active. So it certainly presents a serious threat. It's taking aim at Seejay. I don't know what just happened, but it missed. Big time. Okay. Blackwidow is gonna reposition over here by Titanium. And, he's gonna deploy the rocket launcher. And I only laugh because, he's killing them. He is wiping the grid of 2 chrysalids, the gatekeeper, and the stun lancer. Yeah, I had been neglecting to mention the stun lancer. It's not that he's non-consequential, it's just that he didn't matter. So Bart is gonna come down and urge that civilian to safety.
On the move.
He'll keep moving afterward. As to Boot, he's gonna move forward and he'll put this poor chrysalid out of its misery. At least we hope he will. Probably will. Yeah, he does.
Did you see that one?
We did.
Running dry.
And folks, that might do it for the pods. Let's see, we had a pod of 3 berserkers.
I'm on it.
We had the quote-unquote peacekeepers, that is to say the shield bearer and stun lancer. We had the 3 chrysalids and the gatekeeper. Oh, that's right, of course there will be faceless out there. That doesn't really count as a pod. And besides, we have elements in Overwatch this thing. I don't think it's going to make it that far. Yeah, even if it goes after the closest non-com, it's dead. Now, not if we all miss.
Shot failed to connect.
Mr. Vane finishes it off. Well done indeed. So yeah, I don't presume there's any more pods out there. Probably is another Faceless. So we will continue to advance in the hopes of locating it.
Got it covered.
And frankly, that should about do it. You know, last time Alpha Squad took to the field, they managed to freeze 6 enemy agents in one go. And this time, Blackwidow froze 5 of them. Those 2 squads have got to be riding high. Meanwhile, you've got Bravo Squad. Of course, their last mission didn't go so smooth. I think it was the number of enemies that they encountered at once. But they're definitely nursing their wounds aboard the Avenger. Alpha and Charlie.
Resistance has their new recruits training. They need to be prepared for the next advent sweep of this area.
What?
Overwatch.
Did he just say that the Resistance in this AO have a little training thing, a shooting range or something? Because Charlie sure as hell isn't getting any help from the locals. Not that they needed. Yeah, this lumbering fool is gonna walk right into his own destruction. Okay, so there is another pod downrange. Looks like more.
Left and right, Commander. We need to get these people out of here.
Oh, come on, Central. Give Charlie a little credit here. Interesting. Seejay misses. Come on, Blackwidow. Hell yeah. That more than makes up for your opening salvo.
Hostile target down.
And so, yeah, I don't want to be too presumptuous. I guess I already was being when I said I doubted there were any more pods out there. Obviously, there's a pod of quote-unquote peacekeepers. And so we will advance to them and wipe them off the grid.
Affirmative, covering now. Moving to position.
But yeah. Way to go, Charlie Squad. I mean, I'm almost hesitant to narrate the action from this point forward. Mr. Vane took an injury when Charlie first rushed in. That was the result of a berserker.
Roger that.
Otherwise, I do not anticipate any further injury. I don't want to sound overconfident.
Will do.
But no one's getting wounded and we're going to win this. So there's that. So, I mean, what about that stigma that used to be attached to Charlie Squad? You know, it didn't die with Corky, that's for sure. It outlived him. But it doesn't really exist anymore. Yeah, come get some, boys. They shouldn't have grouped together like that because Blackwidow's gonna make them regret it. That's right, he has another frost bomb. So that's our way of saying hello. And this is our way of breaking the ice. Pun totally intended. Bart is going to use lightning hands. Yeah, it's good. And he'll do it again. Oh, actually, this is even better. Because this will destroy their cover. And yeah, they're regretting even showing up at this rate. But certainly, the confidence among the members of Charlie Squad is through the roof. You know, Seejay charges forward much as his predecessor did, but his predecessor didn't have the rage suit. There it is, folks. Any more pods?
Menace 1-5, status confirmed. We're not picking up any additional contacts. The AO is clear.
I mean, even if there are other pods, they've got to be in full retreat. Well, they would be. And they probably are. In the meantime, Charlie Squad is en route back to the Avenger aboard the Sky Ranger, certainly discussing their successes. Hell, they feel like they could face anything Advent throws at them. They could stomach anything Advent serves up, short of perhaps an Advent burger. Sorry, that was a burger with extra cheese right there. Extra cheese. But yeah, it's true. Hope the bar is stocked, because this squad is going to be drinking tonight. And you know, if Alpha Squad didn't have to be on deck for the next mission, they'd be right there with them.
Excellent work, Commander. Your efforts in the field have certainly encouraged the crew.
Agreed. Mr. Vane is wounded, but not seriously so. And Blackwidow has earned himself a promotion. He gets to choose between salvo or hail of bullets. Pause if you want to read the description. He's going to go with salvo. And I gotta say, even Van Dorn has probably come down to the receiving area to salute these men. We've picked up an advanced laser sight and a vast assortment of bodies.
You and your crew have dealt another serious blow to the aliens' efforts today, Commander. Impressive work.
Impressive indeed. I mean, I concur. In fact, I think that sooner rather than later, we're going to concentrate on how exactly to topple this Advent government. We have aligned ourselves into a position where I think it's time to start talking endgame.
Avenger
I don't want to get ahead of myself, but then again, we are in Season 3, Episode 9. So we're setting course down to pick up this supply cache. And once we've collected all of that, we will reroute to Indonesia. Make contact with the resistance cell there.
Discoveries, Commander.
After all, they're going to have an exact fix on the location of the black site. As you can see, we've developed the plasma lance. We will manufacture that, but let's get into the Gatekeeper autopsy.
This specimen, henceforth referred to as the Gatekeeper, seems to harbor considerable psionic power. As with the alien's other unique biomechanical field unit, it will take some time to decipher the systems involved in its function.
Biomechanical. You know, I wonder when we threw the EMP device, and it did have an effect, if that thing's shell was closed. In other words, when it's opened up, maybe it's more biological than mechanical, thus kind of, dampening the effect of an EMP bomb? Well, suffice to say, in the future when we throw an EMP bomb, it's going to be when that thing's shell is closed. Anyways, we're going to get into Experimental powered weapons.
I'll send word when the project is complete.
See what that does for us. In the meantime, it's back to the geoscape. And we will, well, you know, the supply cache is collected. So we will set course to Indonesia. And we will make contact with the good folks out there. Figure out exactly where this black site is. As noted earlier, Alpha Squad is on deck to undertake the next mission, and goes without saying that'll be the infiltration of the black site. So Bright Light gets to choose between Soulfire, Silas, or Fuse. He's gonna go with Soulfire. Not too fond of Fuse. That detonates anybody that's carrying a grenade. Their grenade would detonate. I'm not too interested in that. So, you know, this is... I guess we'll close out the episode here with our first visit to Indonesia. Let's see if these people look Indonesian. Red hair. Nope. I mean, I just call them like I see them, folks. I'm Automatic for Automatic Games. I appreciate you watching. If you like this, and if you are subscribed, I will talk to you soon, friends.